What happens when we die? Not in theory, not in doctrine, but truly. What happens when the last breath slips silently from the lips? When the heartbeat fades into stillness? When the room goes quiet and no one can follow? Is it darkness? Is it silence? Or is it something more? They say the soul leaves, but where does it go? What if the end is not the end? What if it's the doorway we've forgotten was there all along? What if the most important part of you was never the part others could see? What if the light we see in that final moment isn't coming toward us, but coming from within us? What if we are the light, momentarily clothed in skin, briefly distracted by the noise of clocks, deadlines, and our own names? What if the soul remembers, even when the mind forgets? And in that remembering, the fear fades, because something deeper awakens, something older than thought, the knowing, the being, the return. And maybe, just maybe, what we call death is not a failure, but a return to original truth, to the place where nothing is required, nothing is earned, and everything is given. Where love is not a reward, but a home. So the question remains, what happens when we die? And maybe the real question is, what happens when we live like we never die? We plan, we schedule, we build walls of calendars and bricks, thinking it will protect us from the chaos. But life doesn't check our agenda. It arrives when it wants, uninvited and unannounced. The diagnosis, the phone call, the sudden goodbye. And we realize the control we clung to was made of paper. We've been living like we were promised tomorrow. But tomorrow isn't a promise. It's a gift. One we unwrap only when we remember how breakable everything really is. Everything we held so tightly in our fists, the titles, the routines, the numbers, the plans, were never ours to keep. They were tools, not truths. And when they're gone, something strange happens. We remember breath. We notice light. We speak gently. Not because we've lost, but because we've seen. We've seen that what truly matters was never the polished structure, never the nameplate on the desk, but the laughter shared in kitchens, the quiet forgiveness, the way a child looks up at you without judgment. And the illusion fades, and what remains is what was always real. We fill our days with sound, voices, notifications, news. We run from one moment into the next, trying to feel something. But what if the answer isn't in more? What if truth waits in the spaces we ignore? In the hush between words? In the breath we forgot we were holding? In the moment before we reply? Silence is not the absence of life. It is the presence of something deeper. The space where the soul whispers what the mind cannot explain. We are afraid of silence because it leaves us with ourselves. No noise to hide behind. No applause. No scrolling. Just us. And yet, this is where truth lives, not in the loud declarations, but in the quiet knowing. This is where forgiveness begins. This is where we hear what the world drowns out, that we are not broken, that we are not alone, that there is a peace not made by men, and we find it not by chasing, but by stopping, in stillness, in breath, in the sacred space that has always waited for us. When we're gone, what remains? Not the titles, not the trophies, not the lines on a resume. What remain are the echoes, the echo of kindness when we didn't have to be kind, The echo of presence when someone needed us to simply stay. The echo of love in places that once held pain. We think we leave behind objects, but we leave behind moments. And those moments ripple further than we'll ever know. A child remembers the warmth, not the words. A friend remembers the silence you kept, not the advice you gave. The world remembers the way you made it feel. And when the body is gone, when the voice grows quiet, the soul still speaks through the lives it touched. Not in thunder, not in monuments, but in small, trembling moments that light the way for someone else. That is what we leave behind. Not what we owned, but what we opened. Not what we built, but what we became. They say it's light, or love, or a presence so vast and gentle that it feels like home. But what if it's beyond even those words? Not a place on a map, but a remembering of who we were before the fear, of what it meant to exist without shame, without masks, without needing to prove anything. The soul doesn't return to a place. It returns to truth, to a current of belonging that never stopped flowing. We just forgot how to feel it. Some say they saw a light, but more often they felt it. A love so total it dissolved every fear. A presence that didn't ask questions, didn't measure worth, didn't look for credentials. It simply held them. And in that holding they remembered that they were not broken, that they were not alone, that they never had been. For a moment, time stopped, and eternity whispered, "You are known." It didn't come with dogma. It didn't come with rules. Just the pure knowing that all things are connected, and all life is sacred. And perhaps that glimpse is enough to change everything. If love waits for us there, what stops us from living it here? If eternity embraces us beyond, why do we walk past each other now? What if the real miracle isn't surviving death, but waking up to life? What if heaven isn't just a destination, but a way of seeing? What if we stopped keeping score and started keeping promises? What if we asked not what can I get, but what can I give? What if we listened before we judged, forgave before we were asked, and loved before we had a reason? Maybe the question isn't, is there life after death? Maybe the question is there life before death? Can we live awake? Eyes open to beauty in the broken things, hearts open to pain that isn't our own, hands open, not clenched around fear, but reaching out in peace. Can we love like it matters, serve like it counts, speak like every word plants a seed? Because maybe, just maybe, the soul doesn't begin after the body ends. Maybe it's growing right now, with every choice we make. So how shall we then live? With love, with courage, with awe, as if heaven has already begun. Because maybe it has. Thank you for walking this journey with us. Through silence, light, memory, and mystery, perhaps you've heard something not just in the story, but in yourself. What does it mean to live as if the soul is real? What would you change if you knew love was waiting for you beyond every breath? Maybe the question isn't what happens after we die, but how shall we live now? We want to hear from you. Do you believe there is more beyond this life? Has your view of life and death changed in any way? What does living awake mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Share your story. Share what moved you. Because sometimes the conversation we're most afraid to start is the one someone else desperately needs to hear.